I'm Nick Roush. This is Andy Staples. We're live at SEC Media Days. Thanks
Are we
to
live?
Friends of Cole. Well, we're live enough. We're alive.
We're live to tape.
Yeah, live to tape. It's sunny outside. It's chilly inside. You brought the coat. You're a veteran. You're an experienced
Well,
veteran.
I always feel underdressed. Like the players show up dressed to the nines.
Yeah.
So I feel very underdressed when I'm wearing my normal stuff.
I was actually going to go with the full button-up. There was a button-off this morning. So it set the tone for a rough start, but we're going to have a good day.
I think you should bring the blue cowboy hat to SEC Media Days
Every year.
even when it's not in Texas.
Yeah. We'll get back to that.
Yeah.
I had to show off the clean dome, though.
Oh, yeah.
Bald heads. There's a lot of bald heads in the media, so we have to unite. It's weird because I'm doing this with a new coach. How am I supposed to act with a new head coach?
You just have to do all the cliches.
Oh.
This is, they've never been closer.
Mm-hmm.
New strength coach, so obviously
yeah.
they've gained 747 pounds of muscle and shed 2,473 pounds of fat.
He likes his team.
Loves his team.
Loves his team.
They're going to be fast, physical, and attacking on defense.
Play with some pace.
Yes, exactly.
Up-tempo offense.
Yeah.
But actually, the tempo should be different than Mark
But
Stoops.
the offense is still going to be multiple.
Oh,
Don't
yeah.
forget
Got to
the
be
offense is
multiple.
multiple.
Yeah. So I think we hit them all.
I think we did.
Almost all of them. But it is unique having somebody so polar opposite from Mark Stoops that I don't think Kentucky fans know how to handle the uncertainty.
Well, with Stoops, it was more of a State of the Union situation. It was because he didn't talk as much through the summer, and so this was, hey, here we are. This is, and he seemed to have a theme and a message at this. I'm not sure. I'm sure Will Stein will be good and engaging. But he's been available. We've seen a lot from Will Stein. I mean, we had him on our show a couple times. We then had Ryan Beard, his former roommate, on our show. Ryan Beard is the head coach of Coastal Carolina now.
Formerly at Missouri State.
They were GAs together at Louisville, and that's where we learned that Will Stein apparently his favorite song to play on the acoustic guitar back in the day was "Let Her Cry" by Hootie and the Blowfish, which the lyrics are super depressing. So I'm hoping he also can do "Only Want to Be With You,"
or maybe "Hold My Hand." Yeah, those are a little bit more crowd pleasers.
Yeah.
Although "Let Her Cry," I mean, it's Hootie. Hootie's
when
great.
the tears fall down like rain, let her sing if it eases all our pain.
That was right in your wheelhouse
Let
too.
her go. That was in high school for me.
Oh yeah. You put no skips.
Yeah.
Just play the whole thing through. Here's an actual football question. Am I crazy for thinking that like Kentucky could play Tennessee close and win at South Carolina and win? Like what?
You're not crazy for thinking Kentucky would be competitive because they built this team to be competitive. And this was my biggest question about Kentucky because I'm the one who this time last year I did a hot seat column like there's no way they're firing Mark Stoops because that entire amount is due within 60 days. That's the worst buyout in America.
Oh, yeah.
Because all the other ones were spread out.
Right.
But then of course Mark Stoops says, you know what, they were good to me. I'll do them a solid and put them on the layaway installment plan. And all of a sudden it changed. But the thing is, they were still committing a huge amount of money to firing Mark Stoops. They could have said, you know what, we spent all this firing Mark Stoops. Sorry, Will, we don't really have a lot to put into the roster. Instead, they said, Will, what do you need? And he said, we got to build from the inside out.
Needs some
and
big
offensive
SOBs.
linemen are expensive. And guess what? They gave him what he needed. So he gets Lance Hurd. He goes and gets Baylor's 3-year center. Like, they get guys who can plug in and play right away. They will be old up front. I mean, I think Big Blue Wall, I mean, you don't want to say it's back.
Right.
It feels like this is going to be one of the better offensive lines they've had in a long time.
It's better. It doesn't mean it will look the same though, because we're not just drive blocking you down.
Right.
I think the idea is if we're going to pass the ball with Kenny Minchey, we have to give him time. He can't throw the football on his back. And so
and also that's going to set up the range. Like you watch Oregon play, they were great running between the tackles.
Yeah.
Like their backs were averaging, 5 and 6 yards a carry. Like there is no problem running the ball when this offense works. I think the assumption is it's just spread it out and just chuck it around 70 times. That is not how this offense works.
No, that would be bad if you're getting Kenny Minchey averaging 40 attempts a game.
Yes.
A lot of ice on the arm.
Yeah.
But so we're here for all of the SEC. Kentucky does get to go first. I'm curious, of all these teams, which fan base is going to not know how to handle the 10 power conference? Because I know it's all of them, but there are some programs that are going to have to learn the hard way that extra game or 2 games for some is going to make life exponentially more difficult. So 8-4 used to just be like, is a great year.
Yeah, and I think that this is why Mississippi State, Kentucky, there are a few schools, Missouri, was not keen on the idea of a nine-game conference schedule.
Right.
It's interesting because Texas A&M was the one that was originally pushing for it back in 2019. Florida was one that pushed for it for a while. Georgia wanted to push for it. It was more of a selling tickets situation. It was a changing up the schedules and selling tickets more than it wasn't because the Big Ten was whining about them not playing non-conference games. This was a financial move.
Yeah.
And that's the coaches, say, oh, we were sold if we did this, they would expand the playoff. But that wasn't why they were doing it. They were always doing it to sell more tickets.
Well, you had plenty of there is at least 3 marquee home games for everybody.
And to get more money on TV because they needed to show ESPN they were doing something different. Otherwise, ESPN had no reason to give them any more money.
Right. So. Well, and everybody needs more money. All right. More likely to go 4-8 or 8-4. South Carolina. More likely to go 8-4 or 4-8.
Well, they went 4-8 last year, so this feels like an 8-4.
That's what saying Beamer does.
Yeah, they tend to just They and then they'll extend them again, and they'll that's how it works. But they have it's interesting because they have more aliens on their team than most teams in the country do.
Well, it's so weird because it's like alien or complete question mark.
Right.
Like there's no.
And then bad luck too because they probably spent more on an offensive tackle than anybody in the portal. They went and got Jacarius Peak from NC State, and then he hurts his knee in their team basketball tournament, their team 3-on-3 tournament. And
so you don't know what that's going to be.
That's
and
why
then
you should stay a football school.
Missouri, Ahmad Hardy, another could say maybe another 10-win season, but then Ahmad Hardy, what is he going to be? So more likely 4-8 or 8-4.
I trust Drinkwitz to win the games he's supposed to win. So it's like 7-5.
Yeah.
Let's say that the adding to this and their schedule, their conference schedule, not just going to 9 games, but in the 2-year. Kind of transitional SEC schedule. Missouri lucked out.
It's a soft toss.
They had a decent draw compared to everybody else, and so 7-5. That feels
okay. This is one that it's not the 4-8 or 8-4 game, but just one team to get us out of here. I can't Oklahoma. I look at them on paper and everything you say all right, they made the playoff last year. They should be better this year. They get everybody back except R. Mason Thomas.
You're getting it. You're getting it.
But
I
can't trust them, can I? And then you play who they played this year.
Their schedule was just as hard last year.
Was it though?
Yes. Look at the back end of their schedule.
I think my biggest question is that John Mateer had to do everything. He gets hurt. They still find a way to scratch and claw.
Right.
Are they going to be able to run the football?
I have no idea. But if they can run it at all, they're in the playoff.
Yeah, right?
At all.
Just a little bit.
Defense is going to be good. Receivers are going to be better. If you have a healthy Mateer all year, and you can run the ball even a smidge, you're talking about a really good team.
He said he's been watching film of Terry Bradshaw this summer, which that just made my week.
Mateer's been watching.
He's been watching Terry Bradshaw, which if I'm a fan of a team, I want my quarterback watching somebody from the 70s slinging
I was going to say, so he's ready to go 13 for 28. Go look at the passing accuracy in the 70s and 80s in the NFL. It will blow your mind.
A lot of interceptions, a lot of just chucking and praying. We're praying for more beautiful sunshine here in Andy Staples' home state. It's lovely outside. If you aren't subscribed to his channel on YouTube, what are y'all doing? Hit the subscribe button. It's talking season. We're back. We're so happy to be here thanks to Friends of Coal. Resilient, reliable, affordable. friendsofcoalkentucky.org. That's Andy Staples. I'm Nick Roush.
I feel so tiny.